How's it going, guys and gals? So I don't know what I'm going to title this video, but I know fake is probably going to be in the title. Um, I don't. I like to stay in my lane a little bit, and being that I'm 45, I'm not into the drama. I'm not here to look for views or to get attention. But I do have to you know tell it like it is at times. I've been in the health and fitness game for many, many years. And although I'm not really on social media, other than, I am Facebook for my channel. I have a Facebook link for my channel and YouTube, mostly for content creation. I don't really do the other stuff, but you can't help but see these highlight reels on YouTube. And there are some good people out there, but there are a lot of just fake, fake, fake. That's three fakes. A lot of fake ass health, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, health gurus, enthusiasts, influencers. These guys are giving out dietary advice, workout advice, and I'm not saying a lot of what the advice they're giving is not relevant, it's not pertinent, but it's disingenuous because some of these dudes, and maybe some of the girls too, but mostly guys, they're rocking their hard body, and it does take work. A lot of people say even if you take steroids, if you're on gear, it still requires hard work. Okay, I'm not denying that, but it has a distinct advantage to be able to keep the size, that grainy look, while also keeping your body fat very, very lean. Now there are people that have supreme genetics and uh, can achieve that naturally. And I've pushed my body absolute limits, and who knows what I would look like. My genetics are not very good if I were on gear. But anyway, when these guys are giving out advice, it's misleading because some of these guys, they are having these epic cheat meals, and or like The Rock, for instance, he was saying like he was eating like 7 times a day. Now I'm not saying with cod and fish, and I'm not saying like for The Rock, for instance, that he was saying that you have to do it this way. He was just showing what he would eat. But when you portray that, and there's impressionable kids out there, or young boys, teens, or even adults that see that type of body and think that they can get away with eating a lot of junk. Because let's just be honest, when you're on juice, on steroids, yes, you got to work out, but your recovery time's better. But also, you can get away with eating more junk while still keeping shredded, by still being shredded. And for a natural, it's like apples and oranges. You can, to a point with your metabolism, but it's not as forgiving. I'll put it that way. So there's guys that are jacked, that are really old, and they're saying, "Oh, this is what I do. I mean, I'm on carnivore. I'm on this." I'm not here to hate on whatever diet they want to use. They are implementing, but it's just not real, right? So you get people that see these bodies and they go, "Man, I want to be like that," but they don't know the secret. Now, if you're within the health and fitness game, like there's a Greg Doucette or whatever, he's pretty good, right? He calls people out on if they're natural or not. And the other thing, if you made this far in the video, is when you think of steroids, the average person thinks of like the big, bulky Ronnie Coleman bodybuilder types, Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the 70s, right? Mr. Olympia. Steroids comes in all different forms. I'm not the steroid expert, so to speak, but there's all different types of performing enhancing drugs. Now, you could get scientific, get into saying, okay, well, what about caffeine? What about pre-workout? What about creatine? But I'm talking about the illegal stuff that people don't want to talk about, the Anavar, the D-ball, Tren, etc., etc. Um, that stuff will definitely give you an advantage. I don't care what anyone says. And I think outside of legal issues and the legality of admitting that you're taking juice, I think a lot of these athletes, they just can't, because they're sponsored. They have, and I get it. I'm not hating on that. People got to make money. but it's it's crazy when I remember seeing something where I think it was like a fitness expo, and the guy asked this lady with this, she sounded like a damn horse. She had a bigger, I have a pretty damn big Adam's apple. See that? You can see that. She had a bigger damn Adam's apple than me. She probably has testosterone, 2 or 3 times more than me. And they had to ask her the question, "Are you natural?" And she said, she's like, "Yes." The big ass fucking stubble on her face. It's like, come on, like that that is an extreme example, but there are guys that fly under the radar that take very light cycles, and you just wouldn't know. You just wouldn't know, right? And that's their prerogative, that's their life. But even if I was to take it behind closed doors, yeah, I mean, I guess I'd still give dieting advice, but I just wouldn't be able to give advice and document and wolf down all this junk food and then still show my abs and be like, look at this. See, this is because this is how I do it. This is because I'm hitting my workouts hard. It's like, no, I would know the difference because I know my body to the T as a natural. I mean, it would be an interesting experiment to see what I could get away with my eating while taking it, but I'm not gonna do that. That's just not my thing. So, anyways, I just want you made this far in the video. Just be aware that what you see is not, always reality. Take it with a grain of salt. If there's some dieting advice out there that uh, that seems good, do your research and take that information. But don't just assume that just because someone tells you a certain technique or workout regimen or diet regimen, just because they do it that way and have a great body, that doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Especially, this is even if you're a natural, because it's not always a one size fits all approach. This is even if you're a natural, but also especially if they're on secret sauce, your body is just, it's going to respond differently. If you were to follow the rock and eat seven meals a day of just fish, and just, you may just get fat, maybe not. So that's my time. Thanks for watching, and keep it clean, baby. Bye bye.